solid.
Bro, he a troll. Like, I don't
I
understand.
have
I'm not
taken account
trolling. I'll
for
happily debate that.
Oh my
friend.
god.
I'm gonna need you to focus. Like, mute them.
I'm about to start dropping bitches. They can come back. Like,
So what I'm saying is,
Yes, I'm a
it's
foundational Black American, and I'm indigenous
Girl, what the
too.
hell does that mean?
If that tickles your
okay,
fancy.
Can you stop
can we
talking
move
to her
on?
and let me
Like,
finish?
Lonnie, you wasting your time.
I was
Don't even
saying,
entertain it.
Right, yeah,
hello.
she's wasting her time.
There is 91. If you're gonna keep interrupting, we're gonna drop you. There's 90 people in the live. Make sure you share. Make sure you repost. Make sure you like. Gift the host. Gift the panelists. Let's get the conversation. Keep moving. Let's be respectful. And
or you
yes,
will
like
get dropped.
and repost. Do whatever you need to. This is an open space where Africans, Caribbeans, and Black Americans, African Americans can come. So finish what you were saying.
Who?
That's what
Oh
I was about
man.
to say. Me? Okay.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I thought she said something about African Americans being the only group of people that constantly go through this reclassification. And I wanted to try to relate it to Haiti because obviously the American government has a lot to do with invading Haiti and using its imperialistic advantages over Haiti to get us to do a lot of things slash cut us off from a lot of things.
Yes, that is true.
And they also participated in implementing the same type of reclassifications that happened during Jim Crow and other things of that sort. So I did want to hear her part on that, but I guess she's kind of like saying she didn't say it. So I don't know. I guess
No, she said in the comments we are
you
that
said
the African American ethnic group is the only one that go through different
yeah, that's what I was saying. So
Hey, we're not.
you
No,
got to
we're
mute
not
him.
gonna disrespect my people up here. If you're gonna disrespect them, you can get dropped.
Who disrespected him?
This comment right here.
Me?
Hey, can I say something?
No, I'm talking about the comment.
Oh,
I know.
okay.
I'm just
When you
asking.
said comment, I thought you said almond. My bad.
My
I'm
comment?
just asking if I could speak.
Go ahead.
Who's
No.
my comment?
Okay, well,
Oh.
The European Americans.
Wait, who's next to speak?
Somebody said it was blessed. I didn't even write anything. I don't know what he's talking about.
What is who talking about? I'm confused. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not.
it's getting jumbled. It's getting jumbled.
Yeah. Can y'all please shut up? Like, we have two new people up here. Like, please. Special.
what's up?
How do you feel about this poem?
I'm African. I'm not African American. Okay, well, I mean, yeah, you are. You are obviously both. I don't see why it has to be an either or choice. You're African American is an ethnicity, typically referring to just like black, like Americans who are black people. Your race is still black, and you can be black and not be African American. You can be an African American and also be a black person, all the same as you can be a Jamaican black person. Jamaican is an ethnicity, also a nationality, depending on certain contexts. This shit's really not that hard. You FBA motherfuckers are dumb, and this is really pissing me off. Just learn the basic patterns of human migration.
Okay, that's enough.
Blacks from the Inca days, you're still an African. You would have still came from Africa.
That's what he's saying. There's no like either or. Like you're both. You like it's still the same thing.
Either ways, you're still from Africa, whether you like it or not. Because
Everyone's from Africa, bro.
They're not okay, my understanding is how are they from Africa? If African Americans have been in the Americas for 500 years,
I can explain it. It's really simple.
Can you hold on? No, it's actually not. It's not that simple. It's actually very complex.
Maybe not for you.
I'm about to drop you if you unmute again.
They're literally telling you that they have been in America for 500 years. They know that their ancestry comes from Africa, but they are not Africans. They don't come straight from the continent of Africa. Their ancestors did, not them.
But
that doesn't mean that their ethnicity in the context of the United States isn't African American.
Okay, so why Haitians don't call them African Haitians?
What? Why don't Haitians call them African Haitians?
Yeah, they came from slavery as well.
Because first off,
there are Afro Haitians.
Yeah, there are, and first off, like the majority
don't
of
call them
Haiti in the context
African
of
Haitian.
the majority of Haiti in the context of how it's used as an ethnicity, Haitians refers to a race of black people.
Yeah,
They're still
88% of
the
Haiti is
descendants of
black.
Africa. In fact, for the most part,
No,
they are far less, if you, for lack of a better term, diluted like descendants of Africa.
No.
In order,
That's not how we say that. Hold on. I'm finna correct misinformation. No, we don't say diluted. We
Said
say
for
they
lack
are
of a better
less.
term, literally.
Right. Well, shut the fuck up and let me speak. They
Damn.
are
All
less
right.
admixed than populations. There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Is he here to have a conversation or troll? I'm
I don't think
confused.
he is.
Does it
and I'm
sound
really
like
not-
I'm trolling?
No,
You
I
are.
don't
It
think he
really
said
does.
anything that's really trolling at this point, other than the FBA stuff.
No, I was completely. I'm standing 10 toes. That is my entire argument.
So FBA hate
the
is the
blacks,
only form of
whether you're
accepted
African American or
xenophobia.
black,
Okay, got it.
There's too
So
What?
many
we can be
people talking.
xenophobic towards
Xenophobia
FBAs,
is a
right?
bad thing.
But if I respond, then I'm gonna be the bad guy, right?
Xenophobia is a
No,
bad thing.
So
Let's
okay,
Let's not muddy
because
this
I
up,
haven't
please.
disrespected nobody up here.
I haven't disrespected
So
anybody
far,
either.
Be
he
quiet.
came up being disrespectful based on my identity, right? So that's an acceptable form of xenophobia. So when I respond, I don't want to hear nothing. But go ahead.
Yeah, okay, I'll go ahead. That has nothing to do with
hold on,
xenophobia.
I don't think that's
I will
xenophobic.
agree. Hold on.
Xenophobic at all. She needs a buzzword.
Can I say
One
something
thing I
special? I
will.
think
One thing I
No.
will agree on is that I do see that when it comes from Africans and Caribbeans, the xenophobia towards African Americans, it do be a little hot and nobody be caring, and I don't like that.
So I think you should respond. Let me stop.
I do respond.
No, I don't
to
even.
those.
Yeah, I don't
do
even
that.
give that energy. I also don't debate my ancestry or identity with people. I just don't. The same way that a Jamaican wouldn't debate their Jamaicanness, or a Brazilian is not going to debate with you how Brazilian they are.
But
As an
from
That's
American,
cool. I mean, nobody's
nobody's
asking
hold on,
you.
I don't think
I'm
anyone
not
is
gonna
doing that
debate.
though.
I'm
I
not going to
think
Nobody's
debate
asking
my
her to do that. I don't know why she's talking about
ancestry.
it.
I'm not going to debate my identity. I am what
You ain't
I
gonna ask
am,
her
and I
shit.
said what I said.
No one's asking
period.
you.
I
So
don't think someone was saying that.
FBA is
I get to speak. Don't skip me. Okay, go ahead. Do you want to use some of my time? I'm not going to say much.
No, I have to talk to this other person.
Can I just say something real quick, sis?
Yeah. Oh, somebody skipped. Why did y'all skip her? Yes, what were you wanting to speak on?
okay. So I just want to say the unnecessary hate towards the FBA. Like I can understand that some FBA people are.
Now, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 21.
Okay.
I can understand that some FBA people are disrespectful, but FBA is just another way to say Black American. You get that right. And then some FBA may be confused and think that they're Native American, but we do have Native American blood and we do have white blood too, but we are still a majority African descent.
Okay. Les, anybody else wanted to speak? I don't think so. Let's just end the showtime.
So
I
like,
wanted to
is
speak.
she trying to say FBA
Actually,
is
no.
ethnically?
Actually, no. There are
Somebody
people who
skip me.
haven't spoke. We
Yeah,
have
but
the
I will
person.
skip. You skip me, Ren. I know that was.
Okay. I don't really care. You don't say my name in vain because I will cuss you
Yeah,
out.
I'm gonna say that's
But
the name.
well, bitch, like I said, I'm gonna cuss you out. So don't say my name in vain.
Wait, no, the live is gonna
So,
get taken down. You
I don't
gotta
know if
chill.
you're religious, but that is blasphemous. I'm not religious, but
Who is saying misclassifying? Who is misclassifying anyone?
but we do have a new person.
I think Bless should go after the new person. I think new person should unmute.
Yeah. Go ahead.
New person, unmute. Okay, well, you lost your chance. Go ahead, Bless.
Thank you. I was just going to say, special, I do agree with you on a lot of things, brother. I just want to let you know, not everybody here is an FBA. And I understand, for me, I can't tell any difference. Somebody can consider themselves FBA or whatnot. There's no difference. But the only things I know the FBA associate themselves with Africa, they believe they are Native Americans.
right, and it's weird.
Yeah,
Not
to me,
all
that's
of
like
them.
you're
No,
denying
not
your
all of them.
identity. That's the
Yeah.
problem. That's the only problem.
Like the person just said, that's an interchangeable
Why are you
term.
muting
So,
me, sir? Why are
because
you
you're being
muting me?
disrespectful,
That's not disrespectful. I'm giving
like
my
you just said, you generalizing
that
a
is not
whole
just
ethnic
because you
group.
hate yourself, brother. Excuse
Bitch,
me.
I don't have to do this with you, bitch. Like, fuck you. And fuck your family. But anywho, like the person just explained to you, that's an interchangeably term between African American, Black American, and FBA. So if you just sit right here and say, oh, we all just act like this, you're generalizing all FBA, all African American, all Black Americans. So yeah. There's a
Okay.
subset group of African Americans that believe they're fully indigenous. That's not every African American,
And
Black
them
American on
niggas
this
is
damn.
crazy.
Okay. Can you
They are
not let me?
pretendians. You shouldn't call them FBA because they're just pretendians. There, a lot of FBA know their
They're
heritage.
actually just Black Americans. Pretendian is
Okay.
actually a slur.
Let's go to Dia. So why were you talking to me in the comment section? What was that about? You can unmute Deota.
Well, hold on. I would like to say, unless you're like half or majority Native American, and you live on a reservation,
So that's
you're
not up to
probably
you.
not.
That's
Then
not
your
up to
race
you.
isn't even black in that
That's
Then
not
you're
up
case.
to
probably
you.
not Native
We're
Okay,
not
American.
Native
hold on.
I'm
Americans.
sorry. Like,
If
We're
you're mostly
Americans.
Native
We're not
American, that
Native
means you're not
Americans.
even black.
Hold
Like,
on,
We're
y'all.
indigenous. We're not Native Americans.
not
Deota.
we're
fucking
not
indigenous. We're in human
indigenous. We're
migration.
not
Can
from
y'all
this.
be
Girl,
quiet?
Basic
hold on.
migration.
Like, y'all stop. Apple, if you're gonna be in here too watching, you're gonna have to help Ren and stop just watching. Deota, hello? Yeah, why did you comment that in the comment section? Who had misclassified you?
Specifically
I
stating
am African American
you're a Haitian American.
as well as African
No,
American.
she's half and half.
You have to
So,
have it.
You're Haitian
Don't start being
American.
disrespectful.
no,
What
she's
is
African American and
no,
Haitian American.
Just
So
like
calm
that's
down.
not.
a
I
mix
can
of
already tell you he's
And
about to be disrespectful.
if you can't understand that, then you can get dropped. She explained it multiple times. I don't have the time.
No, she's a Haitian American.
Like I
So
said, you can
why?
get dropped. Let's move on.
See, but my thing is that they literally look at Haitians as non-black, but were the
Oh, so
first.
they look at biracial people as fully black. So it's like,
Oh yeah, yeah. Never mind.
and they got a whole different race in them.
Oh, who let him back up?
That's good, because then I can just mute them and block them. I don't have to.
And obviously, it
Okay.
can be kind of subjective to a certain degree. But like, if your grandparent, like if your great grandparents came from Haiti, and your aunt, like your relatives have been in America ever since, how are you not just like an African American at this point?
Okay, because African, no.
oh my god.
African American
Oh Lord.
is pointing to an ethnic group. You have to be part of the ethnic group to be African American. You can't just sit up here and be Haitian and then come to America and then just
Yeah.
intermarry with Haitians for generations who are in America. That's not African American.
Hear me out though. When it comes to like Haitian culture, especially in America, Haitians have already been in America and have brought their culture to America since the
Right, so they would still be
since like the
Haitian. They would be
1600s.
African-Americans.
So it gets to the point where like when you see a black person in Louisiana, how are you not culturally synonymous from however long?
They came over in the 1800s.
I really wish I could finish
So
They
talking.
came over in the
if your
1800s.
ancestors were
I'd
not
really like to
slaves,
finish talking.
Hold on. Do you understand that there is a difference between ancestry and what you are now?
Yes, and I'm literally trying to make the connection. I'd like to
Let me finish. I have a Haitian parent. I have an African American parent.
Hey, and I'm not talking about you.
Okay, right. So Louisiana Creoles, all of them have, not all, but a lot of them have Haitian ancestry. They're not Haitian.
Exactly, but I didn't get to finish talking now, did I? So what I'm saying,
You're not saying shit.
well, no, you're just cutting me off and assuming my words. So if I could please actually bridge the gap between what we're saying, that'd be awesome. Like, damn. All I'm literally trying to infer is based on what you just said, and even considering the context, like historically in America, if your great grandparent, like if both of your grandparents are ethnically black and grew up in times of like segregation, even like a little bit further, like if you want to go way back, you can say the slave trade. But even around that time, if your ancestors got here and we're dealing with historical civil rights differences, by definition, in the legal sense, you are historically and legally black at this given point. And it's to the point where the past 3 generations of your family have lived in the United States, integrated with Creole culture, not necessarily directly Haitian culture. Obviously, the two are synonymous, but there's obviously been somewhat of a cultural blend from like all different facets, which is what the continental United States is. So, holy shit, I was almost done. So, based on that, given the fact that you were just blended into a different part of the United States American culture, which is entirely mixed up and comprised of different ethnicities, that is not only synonymous to black people, we know this. By that context, you are an African American. You are a Haitian. You can be an African American with more ethnic Haitian ties. That is a thing. These are not one or the other.
Get him off the panel.
How about come up with an argument?
Dude,
Now that I'm done.
no, stop.
No, stop. What you got, bro? Get it off your chest.
Well, okay, first of all, what are you? What's your background? What are you?
African American.
No, you're Haitian.
No, I'm not Haitian. You can call what does that mean, bro? I'm not Haitian.
Wait.
Well,
you're gonna say you're Haitian as if that's some sort of insult. Like, what are you talking about?
And second of all,
He's
like,
not
how
a
do you
black
get to
American.
assume that about me? I'm not Haitian.
You did say that earlier. What are you talking
I
about?
never once
you see that?
said
That's
that
crazy.
because I am not
You need to address that,
I'm
host.
gonna
That's
be
crazy.
honest with you.
Haitian. Never once came out of my mouth.
Specialist is an incel and he is black American. No shade.
So why did he come up here and
It's
say
shade.
we
Just call
when
me
we was
fucking
talking about Haitian?
Right. My point exactly.
Because Haitian culture is a huge part of America, bro. I grew up in Florida.
Not.
Like,
What?
Whoa, come on.
Get him off.
what was that so outrageous to say?
Okay, hold on.
Grew up in Florida, and my dad.
That's Florida.
That's
not the
Florida.
fucking
Bro,
That's-
there's a statue of Haitians in Savannah, Georgia. We cannot.
Like, what are
be
we talking
serious.
about, bro?
A Haitian
Creole
founded
culture?
Chicago. A Haitian
Have y'all
founded
ever-
Chicago.
have y'all ever
you're
been to
incorrect.
these
No,
years?
stop. You're incorrect. Chicago was already established before you
No,
got
oh
there.
my
Before
God.
Hold on, Almond. We understand that Haitians have contributed culture to the Americas, but don't sit up here and say that it's the majority of the culture.
No
in
one said it was
America.
majority. I don't think he said that.
Okay,
He didn't say that.
Hold on. This is what you need to say. Contributed. Don't say.
Isn't that what I said, literally?
Yes.
No, that's
not what
he
the
said
fuck he
Haitians
said.
made a large contribution.
Yes, that is exactly what I said.
Just like we are the first
Especially
free black
in the
nation over
South.
here.
You can say
Especially
that
in the
about
South,
any
especially-
ethnic
especially
group
like
that
the
belongs
white
to
parts of the South.
America.
Well, Haiti is not just
Black American
any
culture
ethnic
is
group.
the
What are you
dominant
talking about?
culture all over
Thank you.
Louisiana.
Haiti is
Okay,
the
that's
first
fair.
free black
You know
nation.
Biggie's
That's
parents
I'm
were
half
Jamaican,
we're not going
Louisiana
to
Creole,
disrespect
by
Haiti.
the
Yeah,
way.
but to
Biggie's
say
parents
that
were
it's the
Jamaican.
whole thing, let's not take away from Southern African Americans because
No
let's
one's
be
doing
for
that.
real. Yes, you can.
We're not doing that. That's my whole family.
Okay, right. So why the fuck did you just lie?
What did I lie
confused.
about?
He
So
didn't
what the
even-
like?
What did I lie about? What did I
My
lie about?
God, bro.
You could say that about
What did I lie
Chinese.
about? What did I
You
lie
could
about?
say
What
that
did I-
about Chinese
Actually,
people.
Stop talking
Lie about?
to me. Stop talking to me.
Oh,
What
we're
I'm
getting
saying
confused.
You
Almond,
live where?
I understand what you're saying.
Live currently, or where did I grow up?
No, stop. No, I'm
Okay.
speaking to Almond. What we're saying is that we understand what you're saying, but it's like, let's not forget that, like she said, majority of the South is full of African American culture. It
Absolutely.
is the predominantly. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking
Okay.
to Almond. It is the predominant culture within the South. Now, if you go to Florida, yes, you can say most of the Caribbean has
South
gained
Florida
a foothold
specifically.
within Florida.
We built
Hey,
that.
but you gotta stop
Yeah,
talking. They hate you.
Like, please.
Anyway.
I can understand Florida.
They do, bro.
Yes, it is predominantly mostly Haitians, Bahamians, Puerto Ricans, all of that, yes. But when it comes to Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, am I missing one?
New
Tennessee?
Orleans.
Maybe you could do
New
Houston.
I wouldn't really consider
Yeah,
Tennessee.
Houston.
I live in Houston and I've never seen any Haitian influence here.
Listen, I never met a Haitian in my life.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
There's
I met
literally
my
two
first
Haitians.
Haitian in
Go to
2021.
back. Let's not do that.
I
No,
met my
I'm
first.
from
No,
South
for real.
Carolina.
I
I
met
never
my
did.
first Haitian in 2021.
I never met a Dominican in my
I
life.
literally
either.
said Louisiana and Florida specifically.
Florida is
Specifically
different.
said-
Florida is different.
Florida is
Florida is
different.
different.
And then
Florida is different.
to be
I don't
honest,
know why
Black
you're
Americans
under.
that built Miami. So I mean, I'm not understanding.
Florida is
They
still
are they
culture.
are chain after the
Florida is
immigration
still
there.
culturally different. Florida is still culturally different.
No, I really don't consider Florida the South. I think Florida is on.
Right, because it's
Yeah, I
culturally
don't
different.
consider
Yeah,
Florida. We don't
it's
consider
totally
Florida the
different.
South either. Angel Dust, did you want to say something while we move on?
Yes, hello. I come to America very recently from Middle East.
Oh my God.
And I moved
Who laughing? Y'all
to
ain't right.
America.
No, I know who this
I
is. That's
moved
why I'm laughing.
No. I moved to America very recently from Middle East, and I try bacon for the first time.
This
How
accent
was it?
sound a little fake.
You're
The
funny.
bacon taste are very different to the halal
Who
food.
said it's
Because the halal food,
You Somali,
tastes.
Angel?
No.
No.
Does he
I'm
sound
Sounds like
Arab.
he's being racist or xenophobic. I ain't gonna lie. That's what
How
it
can I
sounds
be
like.
racist, ya jahash? I'm an Arab. أنا عربي يا مهبول.
Oh, wait.
I don't
I
know.
don't know, dog.
So was
What
it
type
beef
of
I mean, like,
Arab?
if
bacon?
somebody came up here saying, "Oh, I'm FBA" and did all this like clownery, this would be disrespectful, right? I don't know what he's doing. Yeah.
Go to Apple. I think Apple's next.
Hey,
Apple.
Apple.
I don't think Apple have her plate. I'm scared. No, Apple's a mod, y'all. She's
I'm just
cool.
here to moderate.
I
Yeah,
need
it
help.
like accents and stuff can be funny if done by like funny comedians and all that, but if you just like doing it to just be like, "Oh
How
yeah,
do y'all
I'm an
know
Arab,"
that's not actually him?
Wait, who removed him?
Right, that's what
yeah,
I'm
I gotta go.
saying.
He was not
I
Arab.
appreciate y'all though.
He obviously wasn't Arab.
He is
Yeah,
actually
very
Arab.
disrespectful.
No, he.
He is
Y'all.
actually
Well then he
Arab.
doesn't. Well then he doesn't talk like that, does he?
Yes, he actually do.
And he really ate the bacon.
Crazy.
Don't
Somebody's
try to.
bullshitting.
I'm serious.
We know.
Nigga ate beef bacon, if anything.
Oh,
Yeah, we
Okay,
got the ops on the panel. I see.
They don't play about that pork.
let's not do that. Brayden. Hello. Yeah, did you wanna speak on the topic?
American is not a race, though, is it?
I'm so done. I'm about to go to bed. I'm about to go to bed. I can't.
Go to Go Tape.
I just dropped him. I don't have the time.
Yeah, we got the ops up here. I see. I don't know why we got the ops in this motherfucker, but it's cool.
Boy, who are you talking about? Shut up.
See, look, motherfuckers feel hit. But I'm not African American. I'm American. No, I am African American as an ethnic group, but as far as nationality go, I am American. How long does a people group have to live isolated from their ancestral lands to be American? Oh, okay, yeah, to be American. I just think as long as you are either born here or become a naturalized citizen, you're American. I don't think American is anything special to be. It's nothing but a nationality. There's nothing to say that you were born here or you became a citizen. That's it. But African American is an actual ethnic group that has a real foundation. America doesn't.
Okay, Mental D-Skin. Is it D-Skinny?
Hello. Hi.
Yes, did you want to speak on the prompt?
Yeah. I believe that African American is an ethnicity as well as a nationality. So a black person that goes to America and lives there and gets their citizenship, in terms of nationality, yes, they become African American, but ethnic wise, no, because
that's not how that works,
So
love.
y'all still don't see why African American is a problem?
Let me finish.
I mean,
because most African Americans are comprised of West and Central Africans, right?
No. I see what you're saying, Solani, but it's
Mashallah.
That is our ethnic group. I always just like you have to correct misinformation.
We gonna be correcting for the rest of our life, sis. If this don't change, we gonna be correcting until we 6 feet up under.
But I mean, just saying black. But I feel like when you say Black American,
that's a generalized term
it's both.
too.
It's both. It's both of them. It's both African American and Black American are both have been. I'm gonna use the phrase. What is it? Co-opted.
Gentrified,
co-opted, compromised,
colonized.
Both of them. They're no good.
Yeah.
Now, socially,
I'll stop dropping that, man.
Black ain't gonna go nowhere for Black Americans because we've been black. Black ain't going nowhere. But at this point, there's a lot of Africans that gain a citizenship in America that believe they're African American, and I'm not about to argue with
they
everybody.
need to stop, and
I'm not about to argue with every
like,
single person.
That's erasure from them because they need to stop generalizing Africa as a country.
Yeah, that's why I didn't agree with Meso just said. And you know, I hear a lot of people say like, oh, it's better to say Black American, but people like Cardi B are included with Black American, but she obviously does not descend from the slave trade, at least in specifically in the United States of America. And then people say when they say African American, I've heard people say Elon Musk is African American because he's born in South Africa. No, he would be South African American. He's not African American. But people don't understand that Africa is not a country, right? It's a what would I say? I would say it's like a region of origin. It's a region of origin. We say African is more so saying like, you know, just denote to where you originate or where someone originates or, you know, was born or something like that. It's not a country.
And that's why I think
that's to me, African American always meant a group of people that have ancestry with various African tribes. From Africa.
No.
Right. So if you come over here from one particular country, you're not considered African American.
And that's why that term has to go.
Not by
he can't give us the place where we're from.
Which I agree. No, like if I come to America, yeah, I'll be Congolese American, right? Because I'm from Congo.
But where are the Negroes from in Africa?
Let him finish.
From Africa?
Where?
Sorry?
No, you don't have to reply to him.
Yeah, y'all trying to play smart.
Let him finish.
Oh, I'm done.
And I think that's why foundational is very key to our community because
Sassy man is real slow.
That's why
Now you got a good job because you didn't have to disrespect him.
But honestly, I feel like that's why Black Americans have to ignore the comments about calling ourselves foundational Black Americans. I'm just going to ignore it because we have every right and every reason to.
Right, I do think we have every right, but I also don't think we should be like, you know, trying to erase indigenous people by saying we're just indigenous.
Nobody's claiming to be a Native American, though.
No,
I don't feel like that's
a lot of people do.
No, but indigenous and native are also interchangeable terms.
Could it be that?
Hold on, wait.
Foundational.
Reason why we're saying foundational because we've
around
been
the
here
same time.
Hold on, wait. Reason why we're saying foundational is because we've been here for over 400 years. We built our foundation here in America after we got stripped coming here to America. Foundation is a lineage.
Where was they from before America? Do you know?
Our ancestors came from Africa and the SOP that already been here.
Where?
We don't know that. That's why we're not asking.
Why are you asking ignorant, dumb, bitchy-ass questions?
Slow ass, we do know.
Where the fuck is you from, Brandon?
Where you from?
You sound slow, bro.
Where you from?
No. Actually,
I'm just curious.
Hold on, so long. Where are you from? Because if your ancestry don't come from Africa, where are you from?
I just asked you where the Negroes come from in Africa.
No, I'm asking you.
No, you sound zesty too. Calm down.
Okay, well, I can drop you. Anywho, we're gonna move on.
So, host, is it open panel? I'm confused because I keep getting muted.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to ask him where he was from directly because it's people like him who are trying to say, "Oh no, we are the originators. We was already on this land," when we know damn well we were not.
Oh, I believe my
But
people
That's what I
were.
was trying to
You do
say
wait,
before.
wait. You do have a small
There
portion of
is
black
no
people that was already
legitimate
here.
Oh, get
evidence.
out of
yeah,
line.
there are
Okay,
very
hold on.
small,
Okay, but yet this,
tiny,
right,
I
minuscule
but
believe
you
there's
portion,
still had
enough
but
people that
that's
was
evidence to
not
here.
for
substantiate both
everybody.
Right,
claims.
but you still had people that was already here, and they all
But
intertwined with
that's
the
not
slaves.
You
everybody
had to
though.
That's what I'm
remove
It's
saying.
not
somebody.
Yes,
everybody,
don't
no.
forget some people came from a
We
land
had
slave
to
trading.
remove somebody due to violations of TikTok. So let's be careful, y'all.
Okay, like I was saying, you have a small portion that was already here, and then you have people that came from the Atlanta train, the slave ships. But at the end of the day, we all intertwine afterwards, so it doesn't matter if you're
Right,
been
but
here.
that doesn't make us indigenous.
People who were already here and that you would consider them black indigenous, I guess, they're still a whole different group if you think about it. Like,
I don't know about the indigenous part, but I don't know.
Host, can I ask you a question, please?
Go ahead. Oh, my bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the host, I'm just gonna back it up a little bit, right? Your prompt says, I am not African American, I am American. How long does the people group have to live isolated from their ancestral homeland to be Americans? I don't see where the prompt encourages the conversation of people's origin story or digging into their ancestry and all of that. I just get really curious because it's like we can't even have a conversation with Black Americans, a normal conversation, without digging into their beliefs and their origin stories. We don't do any other group of people that way. If this panel was full of Jamaicans or if this panel was full of Panamanians or Brazilians, we would not be digging all into their origin stories and their ideologies and their beliefs and we wouldn't.
I do think it is important.
We would simply be addressing what is on the prompt. So what is the obsession, right? Human beings identify all different type of, we are Christians, we're Muslims, we're non-denominational, we're Protestants, we're atheists, we practice hoodoo, we have, we're straight, I don't know if we can say the other letters. We are alternative, we are monogamous, we're polyamorous, we're all of these different identities, but we draw the line at indigenous or with resonating with our indigeneity. Black Americans are
Yeah,
not a group
because
of
our
people that
heritage
do not
doesn't
have
go to the
indigenous
indigenous
ancestors.
people.
We actually have indigenous ancestors. It's just a matter of what y'all think the
but
percentage is, which is really none of anybody's
And
business.
that's
So
understandable.
if we don't
Hold
get into
on.
all of that, we don't have to even
No,
really get
but
into
we
all of that.
do
Because there's a
though.
the
lot of Jamaicans that also
percentages,
believe that they did not come from Africa, but we would never know that because people don't press Jamaicans on that.
okay, but
Oh,
like
wait,
if
wait,
we were
wait. Now,
talking
yes,
about,
I do. Wait a minute. Hold on now. Yes, we do. When I see other Haitians, Jamaicans, all of them saying that they're not African, that they don't descend from Africa, they're Arawak, they're Taino. Yes, I do press them because let's
Yeah,
stop lying.
this is a
I
pressing
hear it all the
panel.
time with Caribbeans. People have
I know,
all
but
different type of
don't
origin
say like I
stories.
don't because
Okay,
I
but
press them a lot.
like we're talking about African Americans, Black Americans. So yeah, we can all understand that we have some indigenous ancestry, some more than others, but we're not indigenous.
But how are y'all going to control how other
Y'all
people
as in
identify?
who?
that's
How
like
how
saying
can you guys
somebody,
can why would you keep putting your energy into something
Because
that you're
they're
simply not
already
going to change?
indigenous people.
but that's like saying that somebody who's like 15% black but completely looks white is black. Why would they identify as black? And their great it's so far back that it does not even matter
Right,
in
you people
in the
Because
don't
they
even
present
have enough
practice.
day.
evidence
how
because
do
they
you
have enough
define
evidence in their
indigenous?
genealogy to substantiate the fact
Okay,
that
but if
their
we're just
people
talking
were
about
here in
You would
America.
think
genealogy,
people
Hold
would
on,
get
if
hold
we're
on.
just
mad.
talking about genealogy, that goes for everybody across
But
the
you guys
board.
asked me a
So if
question. I'm
your
trying to answer it.
genealogy,
You
well,
asked
if
me a
your
question. I'm trying to answer it.
genealogy, I didn't ask you a question. Pony asked you a question. But like I said, and like she said, if your genealogy say that you're 15% this, you're 15% that, that should apply for
That's
everybody
DNA. That's
across
not
the board.
genealogy.
Genealogy, DNA really doesn't matter.
Two very separate things.
Still 15%. You don't practice their
So,
religion. You don't have their
Don't live on a
customs. You
reservation. Like,
don't like
but
there,
you don't know
your
you don't know that
full.
though. You're
Yeah,
speaking on
that's
people that you don't know.
Okay, we're not talking about
But we're
people that
talking about
actually live on
African American, Black
reservations.
Americans, this ethnic group. Being indigenous versus being Black American is two different
There
things.
are Black
Okay.
Americans who are actually recognized, federally recognized tribal members.
Okay, then we're not talking
Okay, but
about
that's them
them.
though, but that's not the majority of this ethnic group. So we
Let's
have
let
average people coming up here saying, "Oh yeah, I'm native. I'm from this tribe." Most of the time, they're lying, and we have
let's
somebody who is indigenous up here. So it's like, no.
let's let Starstruck go.
Yeah, so I'm indigenous as well, but I want to say something. I honestly, yeah, they can't get me going. Y'all can keep trying to get my accounts going. We love TikTok Shop. TikTok, this is all for educational and entertainment purposes only. We do
Boy.
not tolerate bullying or harassment. Y'all keep tapping the screen and send y'all gifts. Let's protect the live. Make sure y'all follow the host as well. But I don't mind switching the term African American. I already feel like it was kind of like a here damn kind of name in the first place. But I am definitely not identifying with a name that preaches false history, such as Foundational Black American. Even on their website, they say a whole bunch of shit that did not happen. And then also Sulan, which was a term that I actually liked at first. But then when I realized that this is a group preaching about how it's soulful people who are indigenous to America, yeah, that's also not my group. That's not my people. And I'm not going to identify with that name. I'll say Black American for now. I really think that that's a settle. But maybe we can come up with a better name that we can agree on. But I'm not identifying with those names at all. Hell no.
So that's not what Salon means. I can explain what Salon means if you want. That's not what Salon means.
Yeah,
Can I
go
get big
ahead.
screen host?
Yeah, go ahead and explain what Salon means
Yeah,
too.
go ahead. Go ahead. You can go ahead first, Salon.
So Salon means autochthonous American, which simply means you're connected to the land. You're connected to your environment. They really do not get into your DNA percentages or genealogy at all. It simply means that you're autochthonous, meaning you're connected to your environment. That's all it means.
Okay. Can I get big screen?
You need to come back some
Autochthonous,
more.
of an inhabitant of a place, indigenous rather than descending from migrants or colonists. Medicine, of a disease originating in a geographical area where the patient lives, locally acquired. And this is coming from, let me see, let's look right here. So Sulan, soul, autochthonous American, soul because we are more than our phenotype or lookerism. We have soul, frequency connection to the mycelium network of a Morocco. It is an ethnic
Yeah, I know the
definition
creators
grounded
of Salon
in how
personally,
peoples
so
are understood to form, though through shared historical conditions, adaptive cultural practices, and intergenerational continuity. My bad, y'all. I'm kind of stuttering. I'm tired. Within a specific place. In this sense, Solon describes people whose collective identity took shape on American soil rather than being fully inherited as a pre-existing ethos from somewhere else. Solon identity
exactly.
reflects the convergence of multiple historical formations developed within North America, and it talks about once again. Basically, essentially being here before what is it called? Colonization. I can go back to the FBA official website as well, where they talk about the same things and how apparently the black people who were originally brought to South Carolina fought off the Spanish colonizers, and then they were free, they were liberated, and they integrated with the indigenous people, and it was all kumbaya before the people came back and got them back. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, do this shit really make sense to y'all? Like, what the fuck do y'all be talking about? Y'all just be making shit up.
Yes, babes, we are indigenous.
Get the fuck on.
Have some indigenous blood. We didn't kumbaya with all the indigenous people. I mean, some indigenous people own slaves, but like we did intermingle with them and Chinese people at some point.
And
Not
African
saying
people traded slaves. So, I mean, choose your poison. Some
Oh
people want
wow.
to, some
African people were forced to give. Like
no, they
I've
weren't.
read
No, they
stories.
weren't. No, they weren't.
No,
Not
they literally.
all. Not
No,
No, they
all.
weren't.
Not
not
all.
all of
They
them
weren't
gave
Not
up
forced.
their
all.
people like that.
No, they
So
weren't.
don't
Some
generalize
No, they
them
weren't.
like
no,
that.
some did sell
But
us.
even
Yes,
No,
they
they
then,
did.
weren't.
that's
Some
different.
did sell
Some
us.
people,
A lot of
want
them
to be
fought for their
connected.
people.
Some people want to be connected to the people who traded them, and other people want to be connected to the land in which their ethnic group was formed. So neither
Hold
group
on.
should be judged for whatever resonates with them.
Here's the thing. Some people, some tribes and kingdoms did sell, and some got kidnapped. So it's both.
Exactly. So don't generalize.
Oh yeah, and also it was the hey, if you don't do what we tell you to do, if you don't give us these people, then we're going to come in and take however many people we want. So they like, I don't give a fuck, and I can get you the source of this if you want it. But it was also, I don't think you understand like the naval power that Europeans had. See, Africans were content with where they were. Main reason being because they had resources, right? They had each other. Europeans were scrounging for fucking food. They was eating raw meat and rotten meat and shit like that because they were barbaric, right? So when
Not
they,
too
you know,
much on their
when you have that
ancestors.
hunger, when you need something, this is why they did what the fuck they did, because they didn't have shit. So I really dislike when people say that. And, you know, and another thing too, it wasn't, hey, you sold your own people. We were not seen as the same thing. The idea that we're all the same people is a Eurocentric mindset. And for you to want to, you know, guess decolonize your mind and you still hold on to those beliefs is kind of odd to me.
So if they didn't see themselves
That's
all as one people then, why should we see ourselves all as one people now?
We don't.
because now
We don't.
go
That's
through
why
the same
there's
struggle.
Jamaicans and Haitians, and that's why there's Black British people, and there's Jamaican British people, and there's Nigerians, and we're still not the same people. Are we black? Are we seen as black? Sure. Are we a part of the African diaspora? Sure. But are we the same people? No. No, we're not.
So why are Black Americans being judged for not considering themselves African if we're not the same people?
Because they're trying to
that's
consider
That's what it
themselves
means.
something
It means
completely
we're different
different.
people in terms of culture.
Yeah,
That's
that's our
not the
reason of
case for
origin.
all
In terms of
Black
culture.
Americans. There are some Black Americans who simply don't see themselves as African because they're not. Because African has a definition.
Culturally,
Yeah, what is
culturally,
African?
they know.
Define African for me, Salon.
Ancestry-wise, yes.
African is a
Culturally, no.
geographic location. So African is inclusive of different races. There are actually YT Africans.
Yeah, can you tell me what African
North
means?
Africans are YT.
We're
tell me what-
talking about Black Africans.
Black is a
We're not
race.
talking about-
African is a geographic location, a geographic misnomer.
But when people say African,
different locations.
we all know who we're talking
So
about,
Black
right?
people who are not from the continent of Africa would not be considered African.
Wait, no, that's not how
Our
that
ethnic
works. So
group
Jamaicans
cannot
are
be
also
found in Africa.
No one.
What we're
The
talking
Black
about
American,
ethnic groups, but as
excuse
far as
me, the
ancestry
Black
now.
American, African American ethnic group can only be found with its origin in America because
Right,
our ethnic
ma'am.
group was
No,
formed in
No,
America.
they
We
asked,
understand that.
You
Nesso,
will not
Nesso,
find a
respectfully
Black
be quiet, 'cause
American,
you don't even know what you're talking
African
about.
American ethnic group
That's
in
not
any
true.
African nation.
Yes, you
Nesso,
will.
you don't even know what you're
No,
talking
you
about.
will
You think
not.
you're African American. I don't want you to speak
You
on
can
African
pull
American.
I didn't say
you
that.
can Google
I
that.
never
You
said
can
that.
look that.
I'm not even. I'm not.
Let me speak. Let me speak. I know what you guys are gonna bring up. You're gonna bring up Liberia and all of that. I understand that. But what she's saying is that the African American ethnic group originated on the North American continent, and then they went back to Liberia and all of these things. Yet African Americans are in diaspora. They have moved from America. They went to DR. They went to Haiti. They went to Puerto Rico. There are still groups that you can see
Canada.
there that are African American. But my thing is that the originate on the North American continent. That's what she's saying.
Yeah, and I would absolutely agree with that, but that wouldn't take away from us being, of African descent. Main reason being, we've been separated from the continent for about 500 years. Now, if this was an Aboriginal speaking, someone, a group that's been disassociated from Africa for more than 60,000 years, sure, you got an excuse. Haplogroups have changed, phenotypes have completely changed. You know what I mean? Different things like that. We still share DNA with these people, right? We still consider white people in America, even though they've been here for a long time, and they brought us our books.
So what?
Hold on, Sulan. They are still European people.
What that mean?
The Chinese immigrants who came here in the 1800s, those are still Asian people. That's the whole point I'm trying to get you to understand. The only American people who are foundational American people are the people who were here before colonization. That's it. I'm American by nationality. This is not my home place. This is not my place of birth. Now, you don't have to consider Africa your home, but when you do that DNA test, sister, you're going to see African, West, Central African. That's what it is. You're African.
Wait. If you go to Africa right now, do you know where to go?
Absolutely not. I don't know any African country. I've never been African. Yeah, I've never been African. Yeah,
You're a foreigner in Africa, sir.
Absolutely, I am, because I'm of a
then so what
different
you talking
nationality.
about?
Yes, I'm of a different ethnic group as
Wait.
well.
If something happened to America today, can you go back to Africa? Or we
Wait,
stay
once
right
again,
here?
Big Turk. What did I
Honestly,
just
your
say?
ass can go
Because
back
you
anywhere
take
because you
what
come
I just
all
said
over
and you
Africa.
ask them some dumb shit like that, right? Once again, if I go to Africa and I do an ancestral test with a Western Central
You can
African
be
person,
deported from
right,
Africa, sir.
I'm going to have a closer relationship with them people than I do indigenous people in America.
Yet
or
you
that
can
I
be
do with
deported from
Europeans,
Africa,
or that
but
I
you
do
can't
with
be
Asian
deported
people,
from America.
because
But that
I
does not-
am African.
Okay, what cousins do you know that's in Africa right now? that you related
You
to.
said
Black
what?
people have traveled back to Africa all the time. Black Americans travel back to Africa and get homes in Africa and live in Africa now all the time. So this argument is pointless.
Yeah, y'all be on that Tariq Nasheed shit. I'm on Dr.
That's
Umar
no, it's not.
shit.
It's
Yeah.
common sense.
Dr. Umar is a scammer.
Okay,
Tariq
everyone.
Nasheed is too. He
Well, they
thinks he's
both
indigenous.
scammers. They
Wait,
both
I
scammers.
know
Then.
this person.
Mm.
Dibble, did you want to speak on the prompt?
The both.
I know African.
Yeah,
I like the both.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
how else would you
You
say
know,
it then, bitch?
I'm only here for 2 seconds. I'll let you guys continue. I was on the comment. I just want to add that it's very dangerous, like a lot of stuff I've been saying on TikTok, because you guys do realize there are still native people that exist today, right? Like you can go all over the Americas. Like you guys know, in Argentina, for instance, they used to pay European for how many native people they unalive by head. And there's in Argentina, for instance, one of the last indigenous people that got unalive is still on. Like they have a record of her, like as she was singing. So the hunter didn't unalive her. That still exists today. And what a lot of you guys are doing, it's really dangerous. It's really dangerous. As far as like, can you find, your ND, like where you from? Nobody can. Because you had two parents, they both had two parents, so that we already had 4 people. They both had 2 parents, we already had 8 people. On average, from the 1600 to now, you have had 130,000 great parents. You didn't come from one lineage of people. Like it's not the same people that were your parents that were your great parents. We're talking about different people here. Yes, some of them did have indigenous. Some of them had white lineage because it's just a lot of people. But the fact that to come up here, because they are actually real African indigenous people, like the Karinagos, and then they are the people, the black people that are in
The Garifuna.
the Garifunas. Thank you. They exist. Stop erasing these people. And what's happening here? It's very dangerous. And then another thing. And if you never heard of them, take your time. Go look at go research them. Go look at their culture. Appreciate, but don't steal. Don't appropriate.
And I will say, I want to second that because my best friend is Garifuna, and I have learned so much about Garifuna people, and I didn't even know that they interacted with Haitian people during, like, after the revolution and everything else. And so that's true. We can't just sit here and disrespect actual Afro-Indigenous people that have been that way since the colonial period.
Yes,
So
you can find them in Brazil. You can find them all over the Americas. But what we're not gonna do is to make up this whole new history and say that we them, we not. We West African descent for the most part.
yeah, and don't forget the Mesquicos.
Yes.
They
Yeah, but don't listen to
Yes.
Kanai. She be lying all the time.
Like
Bitch, I'm not
you don't
lying,
know
bitch.
what
I
you're
have
talking
research
about.
and
When they
My
ask
best
you for
friend
a
is Kanai.
DNA, you conveniently say, "Oh, you're looking into it. You
DNA
haven't done
tests
the
are for
DNA
entertainment
test."
purposes only.
Okay, like when they ask you for any kind of proof, because it's not just you. There are people all over the Americas, and we can kind of combine the history. There are black people in Cuba. Another thing is that a lot of black Americans don't realize that there are black Americans all over the continent. There are black people all over the continent. Brazil has the largest black people.
I can guarantee you that my people have been more heavily documented than yours. So
It could be.
Black
It could be.
Americans
See,
can
you.
actually see
Okay.
a lot. There's a
Okay.
lot of
See
Black
what you're doing
Americans who
here.
can actually see
See what you're doing
exactly.
here.
They can place the.
See what I never said that black
We can
indigenous.
actually see
Hold on,
exactly
hold
where our
on,
ancestors were.
hold on.
We
You see
can
what you're doing?
actually see
You
evidence.
see what you're doing here? You're talking about you. Yes, you could be a black indigenous people, but that is not the amount of people that are claiming to be black indigenous or not. And I think this is like I was under the impression that this was like a black American live or black descended people, in that case, you wouldn't fit on this live. You would be on black indigenous. You would be with the Garifunas and the Karinagos. You wouldn't, because they will call out you quick. Stop doing this. It's dangerous, people. It's dangerous. These people still exist.
Can I ask a question? Sulan, do you know why there's 48 million Black Americans and only 9.7 American Indian or Alaska Native, whatever term is used on the U.S. Census? Do you know why?
Enlighten us.
Well, main reason why their population was cut so much was because they didn't have immunities to old world diseases. So this is one of the biggest aspects of proof that we have, right? Even outside of their origin stories, their distinct languages, their family structures, them having ancestral grounds with bodies that's over 11,000 and 12,000 years old. We also have, evidence that they didn't have immunities to diseases. So typically immunities are passed down through, your matriarchal and patriarchal genes, but also from being exposed to it. So when old world diseases came in contact with new world people, they were unaliving in mass because they didn't have immunities to those diseases. So how did we survive? If we were here already, how did we survive these old world diseases if we didn't have immunities to them?
It's getting real quiet.
Then there's already people in the comments talking about maybe because they weren't on their homeland. This is why it's like important that we don't claim that we're indigenous.
Yeah, if they were not from their homeland, so you're saying they weren't from the Americas is the New World. So if they were from the Old World, which means Australia, Asia, Europe, or Africa, if they were from one of those regions, that means they would have immunities to the diseases that we brought over, or that were brought over here. So they would be able to survive, but they didn't. So obviously they weren't with any contact with us.
Yeah, I'm just reading the comments.
Yeah, no, I wasn't talking to you. I'm talking to people in the comments. Now, it do kind of get ambiguous when we say like, hey, a plant native to, or, the people who use it for recreational use, the sniffs, that stuff. We love TikTok Shop. It was found in like ancient Egyptian mummies, even though it's native to South America. And it's also been like sickle cell, a trait found, to defend against malaria in Africa, has been found on like ancient Mayan skeletons and shit like that.
Yeah, but we also have to understand that adaptation is also a thing that plays a part in ecosystems. Like you were just saying, like malaria. When you're in hot tropical climates, mosquitoes are going to be more rampant in those climates. So having a tolerance to malaria is going to be greater in those regions, just like in Central and South America, just like in the Congo, Africa, all of these other places. You're gonna have those things.
Yeah, because it's a reaction to the environment, to what you're saying, not to you, who you are. It's just because two people are being evolution under the same conditions.
No, it is. It's an aspect of who you are because in order, like for me, I carry the sickle cell trait. I don't have sickle cell because only one of my parents have it. In order for someone to have sickle cell, both of the parents have to carry the trait. So with me, I would never marry an individual who has the sickle cell trait because I don't want my children having sickle cell. I don't think it's really necessary anymore. I mean, we got vaccines and stuff like that. And on top of that, it's a very painful thing. I just wouldn't want my kids going through. So that's one of my biggest things that I look at. But both parents have to have it. So it has something to do with who you are, typically of African descent. Now, with some people who carry the trait who are not majority of African descent just because of admixture, but it's typically of African descent. And that's why once the African Americans struggle with sickle cell the most in America. Why? Because we're fucking African. Like, go on, dude. You can't make this up.
Is another thing too.
Speak for yourself, buddy. I'm not African.
Then that's you.
Well, you ain't African American either.
Okay,
If
but
if you're not African American or Black American, then you shouldn't even be in this conversation.
Did I say I wasn't Black American? I didn't say that. I said I'm not African.
Well, are you Afro-Indigenous?
And that is true. She is not African.
Then
I'm
you
not
would be
African. I didn't even
Afro-Indigenous.
say I wasn't African American. I said I wasn't African.
That's just true, as you are African.
No, we're not.
No, hold on. That's not what she's saying. She's saying that she is African American. Her ancestry comes from Africa, but she is not an African person. Just like a Haitian person, like me and like Debus, our ancestry comes from Africa. parts of our culture, all of that stuff, but we are not Africans. We are Haitians.
Yeah, but what we're not gonna do is create a whole new
I'm not even
history.
going to say
No
that my
one's called,
ancestry
but you
comes from
say that when
Africa
no one's
because
calling you African.
that
You
hasn't
said
been
you're
proven.
African American.
That
Okay,
hasn't
so
been
what do you?
proven.
Who called you an
Okay,
African?
That hasn't been
Babe.
proven.
Who
So
said that?
hold on.
I was rooting for you.
Okay, so if your ancestry don't
I'm
come from
going off of
Africa,
the evidence that I can see. That's what I'm.
if we all
So what
understand that,
evidence do you have?
no, but if we all understand that being Black American, African American, your ancestry descends from chattel slavery, how are you
Yes,
Black
slave
or
doesn't mean
African American?
African. There were 5 million indigenous people enslaved in the
Okay,
Americas.
so are you Afro Indigenous?
I mean, most Black Americans can be considered that.
Get the fuck
No,
on.
Not
I'm not
really.
saying
If it's
shit.
not
most Black
majority of
Americans
your
can be considered that.
DNA, we
Never.
have like it's like
no.
average of 25% or less.
I,
Am
And
I
I
would
that's
call
not feel
I,
and that's
comfortable
not
with a
I
that's
white
call
that's
my.
man.
Let me tell you what I
Wait a
call
minute.
myself.
No.
I
Hold
call
on.
myself American. That's what I am. I'm American.
Yeah,
Nothing
but
That makes
more,
sense.
nothing less.
And who
I'm
has
an
an issue?
American.
Nobody has an issue with that. It's when you
hold on.
start erasing the past.
Afro
I didn't get up here
Indigenous.
calling myself Afro Indigenous. I didn't get up here calling myself anything but American.
a lie.
Okay. But what
And
I'm
they're
saying
so
is,
long.
And
in
Solon,
some
yes, which is
in
American.
hold on. Some people they don't have to. When you're saying that these people are Africans, I mean they don't have to necessarily take disrespect. It's not disrespect. If you call me, if you say that I look African, I'm not gonna see that as a sign of disrespect. I know where my people come from, West and Central Africa. But my thing is that when we're talking about our culture and what we have shaped in the Americas,
Not African.
the Americas, I'm going to repeat this again for people in the comments. The Americas, the continent, we are our own distinct groups. We are diaspora. Let's say it again. Diaspora. We're Haitians, we're
Diaspora.
Bahamians, we're Jamaicans, we're all of these African Americans. We are not African. We're not Igbo. We're not Fulani. We're not all of these other things. We are Haitian, Jamaican, African American. We are diaspora populations.
Just like with
Yeah,
the
but
Asians.
also we're
Just like with the
confusing.
Asians.
Yeah, we're also confusing continental origin and ethnic groups, and that's kind of like the thing that I have to push back on. But also, I'm still waiting on the answer to that
Who is
question.
confusing continental? I'm not confusing anything. I literally said we're African diaspora population.
Yeah, but you keep saying we're not African, we're Haitian, as if those things are mutually exclusive. Those things you can
We
be.
are our own distinct groups. We know that our ancestry comes from Africa, but we are not African. We don't
Haitian
come
has
from
their
the
own
continent
culture.
of Africa.
Okay.
Kanai, I don't think you're
We have
understanding.
our own
African,
culture.
you can be African and Haitian simultaneously. That's all I'm trying
How
to
are
get you
you
to
gonna be
understand.
Oh my God.
Please explain.
Big Turk, stop talking when you haven't been able to defend any point that you have said.
I
Then
did,
You're talking about
Sasha.
Chelsea,
bullshit.
you're
I
not
did.
African
You literally,
American.
Neither have you,
you did.
Starstruck. You
I
just talk
have.
real
You
fast and
just
say a
talked.
whole
I
No, you
bunch of
have.
didn't.
I've
stuff.
provided
No, you
evidence as
didn't.
well. And
You
You just
haven't
got
you
on
haven't
here, so
proven
shut up.
nothing.
yeah, I have actually, right,
No,
using
you just
deductive
got
reasoning.
on
I
here.
don't
You
think you
haven't said
understand what that
nothing but
is.
bullshit. Shut up.
Okay, right. So prove me wrong. I provided evidence for what I stated.
No,
And
you
also,
haven't. You just been
yes, I
throwing stuff
have.
Wait,
out
wait,
Yes, I
there.
have.
what? Wait.
Stop.
Stop,
Why are you,
stop.
listen, hold
What
on.
culture that we have in
Big Turk, no,
Africa?
listen.
No,
You
no.
said I got up here
Let
and
me
said
talk.
nothing
Let
but
me talk.
bullshit.
Let
No,
me
hold
talk.
on, hold
Let
on.
me talk.
You said
Let
I
me
got up
talk.
here and said nothing but bullshit, but the whole time you've been up here, you've been proclaiming a fucking group name that a Twitter dude made 5 years ago. Shut the fuck up. You're
Ooh.
a follower. That's what you are.
First
You
of
don't
all,
even know who the fuck
FBA
Ooh.
you
been in here
are.
since the
Fuck
1800s. What you talking?
on, bozo.
Mm.
And Jesse Jackson made up African American. Shit.
Let
But
me
I don't
clear
know. I
some.
think people be forgetting
Foundational Black
like
American is also a made up
these
term. Do it
things, like
matter?
these
They're all
religions
made
that
up.
They're
we
all made
practice.
up. All the terms are made up. Just because you
But
prefer one, that makes it better.
but
Okay,
we're
but
not
Absolutely,
gonna
I'm
because
make up
one
our
is
Prove
own
that.
historically
history
accurate.
either. We shouldn't
So
make up.
like, if y'all are not African American, what the fuck are y'all? Because I
Tariq
like.
Nasheed said that we are indigenous, and that's the fuck y'all follow.
American. The same way a Jamaican is a Jamaican,
Thank
a
you.
Haitian is a Haitian,
Yeah,
a
but
Brazilian is a Brazilian.
we're not
We're
Nobody's
gonna make up our
denying that.
American.
origin
We're
It's,
history
it's,
And I
it's
either.
the
don't think
American.
foundation.
anybody's
We've been here.
arguing against
Okay,
that.
Wait,
My
we've been here
so
God.
over
Are y'all
400 years. So
okay?
this is our foundation. We create a new culture here.
is that the new ethnic group? Is the new ethnic group American?
American is not even an ethnic group. It's
I've
a
been
No,
American.
nationality. Unless
but
you're
but
Native
I'm
American.
but what I'm asking them, like, is that the new ethnic group? Like, are we just saying, oh, we're American and that's our
okay,
ethnic
you
group
finna
and our
piss me
nationality?
off.
And it's a
hold on.
whole okay, ho,
The
since you're half
PTR,
Haitian,
did
I'm
you
gonna
see
ask
that
you.
comment?
It's a whole Haitian in the comments. Lorax, she's obsessed with me, by the way. It's a whole Haitian in the comments.
Hey, Kanai, do I gotta
She
pull up the
demands,
genetic evidence for
she
Haitians?
demands, hold on. She demands that Black
I already
Americans
have
call
it.
themselves African American. But she ain't gonna call herself African Haitian though.
My point exactly.
But
Okay,
she
but that's
demands
Okay,
that we call
Okay,
okay.
but
Hold
ourselves
on, hold
African
on. So,
American.
like
you
I'm
just,
saying,
we're not in Haiti. And if
let
you
me
start,
finish. Let me finish. So you don't have to post anything. I already have it posted to my page, so y'all can go scroll through and see the genetic composition of Haitians. I study my own people as well as African Americans. I do my own research and still have more to come.
Can you go on mute with
So
that scraping fucking bowl and shit?
when
babe,
you're
stop
sitting
screaming.
here,
God.
Bro,
when
don't piss
you're
me over.
when you're sitting here talking about these diaspora groups, yes, when you look at Haitians, Haitians share 90 to 95% genetic continuity with people on the continent of Africa because Haitians are less admixed than a lot of people in the Americas. But they are not, just because they have African ancestry and genetics, that is not saying that, oh, y'all are just African, y'all don't have y'all own distinct group or your own distinct things. They are an African diasporic population in the Americas. Now, if you wanted to say that they would be considered the Africans of the Americas, that's you. If
That's
that's
too
how you
much,
look at
bitch.
it and that's how you want to say it, then you can say that.
But let me ask you
Yeah,
a
I'm
question.
not arguing that.
Are Haitian
Hold on. Let
the
me clarify what I'm saying. I'm not arguing that. Again, I don't generally prefer to get into people's genetics and none of that. What I'm saying is the way that Haitians identify, nobody's walking around saying, "Hi, I'm African Haitian."
So
Oh, where
that's
you
why I
from?
asked
I'm
you.
African
That's why
Haitian.
I asked you.
Nobody's
So
identified. No,
do you want
but hold
but they
on,
don't
America?
deny their African heritage.
hold on. But there's
Right.
a whole Haitian in the comments who's being very judgmental about Black Americans who don't want to call themselves African
I
American, but
if you're talking
nobody else is walking around saying, I'm African Brazilian, I'm African Puerto Rican, I'm African Panamanian,
Because
I'm
their
actually they
ethnic
African
group
do.
is
Cuban.
their
They do.
Nobody's
nationality.
saying
They
that.
do. They do. They call
No, they
themselves
No, they
don't.
do not.
Actually, they don't. You've
you
never
never
said that. Stop
Afro-Brazilian is
lying.
actually a
you have
term.
never
Stop
met
Afro,
lying.
like
hold
literally,
Stop
on,
Afro
lying.
hold on, hold
Brazilian
on,
is
hold
actually
on.
a term.
Afro.
Yes,
Afro and
Afro
African Brazilian are two different
What
things.
does
they
Afro
are
No, they're
mean?
not.
Nobody is walking around saying they're African
Doesn't
Brazilian.
they
You can stop it.
they
Afro?
are
Hey,
and I can
Sulan, what
show
does
them to
Afro
I've
you.
been to
mean?
Brazil, by the way.
What does
Nobody
Afro
calls
Okay.
mean?
themselves that.
What
You
does
So
haven't
Afro
been, you
mean?
lying. You didn't go
so
to
are we
I've
just
been
Brazil.
gonna
all over
like
the
act
world, sir.
like
Don't
You
play
are
with
Afro
me.
Latina
lying.
is not a
If you went to
thing?
Brazil,
I've
you would have
probably been to
met
your
people.
country. Where you from?
Me?
I'm saying if
You,
you've
where
been to
you
these
from?
countries, then you
I'm from
know
Haiti, and I've
Afro.
been to
Oh,
Brazil.
I ain't
I've
Afro
been
and
to
met
Haiti.
African are
Afro
not the same
Brazilian.
thing.
Afro
I ain't been to
Brazilians
I
Haiti.
have
call
met
themselves Afro
I've been
Brazilians
to the
all the
DR, but I
time.
ain't
Afro-Cuban.
been to Haiti.
I met Afro-Colombian. Stop lying. And
Afro
then
Brazilians.
let me make a point very clear.
Why?
I
Who
think
are you to lie to? Who
huh?
are you? Somebody special?
You the only special person here.
No, I'm
We are
wondering. Are
just
you
normal
someone?
people.
Are you someone that
I,
for some reason you gonna whoop me? Cause I ain't got no
So
whooping
like
in a long
are we
time.
like
no.
Afro
Yeah.
I was just
Okay. Yeah,
calling out.
sir.
I was
Sir,
are
just
I can't
we
calling
get no
out your lie.
motherfucking
They are
whooping.
are
You
we
ain't
Afro-Mexican.
nobody
Afro
to.
They
You
are
ain't nobody
American?
to lie
Afro-Cuban.
to.
Let me make a point
Pipe
really
down.
clear. Let me make a point really clear. Somebody had put in the
I have
in
a
the comments,
question
right?
though.
Why didn't
I'm sorry. I'm getting overstimulated. Let's calm down. Let's be respectful. Please. Right.
So to build on what she said earlier, I know that we're American, but like if say a European American just started calling themselves American, that would imply that they are of some Native American descent. They are always going to be white American, European American. We're always going to be of African descent American. And that is okay. Yeah, I don't want people to start claiming that they are African American just like when they come here from Africa and they start living here for a few years. Now they're all of a sudden African American. But like we can't control what people do. We're still of African descent, and that is okay. If you're not of African descent or not of a majority African descent, then you're probably some mixed race person, and you should not be calling yourself African American ethnicity wise.
But my thing is, it's like I don't know. I don't have time to argue semantics. Like, you can still be black. You can
It's
still
really not semantics because Native
No, I'm
Americans
not talking
already
about you.
exist. Oh,
I'm not talking
So
about
we're
that.
the
I'm
only people who can identify with our own country. Got it.
hold on, Savannah.
nobody said that.
What
You
I'm
could
saying,
still
Got it.
identify as
That makes
I'm
Hold on,
American.
kind
y'all.
of,
Can
sense.
I'm
I try
kind
to
of
talk? Hold
over it.
on.
what I'm saying is that even though you can say like, yes, we are African diasporic populations. My thing is that I do understand where Solon is coming from one portion. From one portion is when you say Jamaican, Haitian, Bahamian, Trinidadian, or they go you're not questioning them when they say, "Oh, I'm Haitian," or "Oh, I'm
But
Trinidadian."
I don't think
They'll be
that's
like, "Oh,
fair.
Caribbean."
It's
But
not
when
the
people,
same.
They're not denying
how
their
is it? Wait a
heritage.
It's
minute,
literally
hold
the
on.
same.
How is it not the same? Hold on.
Because you
How is
also have to think if these people are going by their nationality and their ethnic group, if their nationality is their ethnic group, that doesn't work for people who are in the United States.
how does that
Because
not?
because
Our
they're
our ethnic group is
because
African American.
let's take, but that's not what she's saying. She's saying we can't, why can't we identify with our nationality like Haitians? Haitians
Oh
are
no,
Haitian.
I don't agree with that because Haitians is
Because
synonymous
their
with
culture
nationality
is
ethnic
Haitian
group.
culture. Our culture is not white American culture. It's not indigenous culture. It's not Latino. Like, so I don't think we should be going, I don't think we should be calling ourselves American as an ethnic group.
No, I thought she was talking
See,
about African American.
like it just
No, she
doesn't
just
make
asked,
sense.
why can't we identify as American? And that's why I asked both of them. So are y'all trying to ask, well, are
So,
y'all trying to
so
change
I've
the
been
word
all over
American
the
into an
world.
ethnic
Listen,
group?
I've been all over the world. Nobody even ever called me black.
Okay, I
You know what
asked
people
you
have
a
said? You're
question.
American. That's all they ever say. When
Okay,
you're
okay,
outside
but
of
I asked you a question though. So, are you trying to make the term
African
American into an
Black
ethnic group?
American, that's what we've always
Yeah,
been.
we're all
Black
Black
American.
Americans.
That's it. Black American. That's it.
Black Americans
Nothing
are
more, nothing less.
enslaved
Black
freemen.
Americans. That's it.
Um,
I
I
don't
want to
care
make
about
a
people what they believe and all. I don't care. I
so
don't get
not
into all that.
give
When
me
I'm
a
telling
second.
you,
The reason
But
when I went to hold on,
then again, it's still
when I
not the
went to
same. It's still not the same. You can't compare these other countries to America because Brazilian people, you could be white, black, Afro, Brazilian, you could be anything, but you are still Brazilian and that's your ethnic group and your nationality. That does not work for people in the United States.
people in the United States still identify as being Jamaican, Belizean, Brazilian. If they're in the United States, they still do. I'm Haitian. That's
No,
it.
I'm
That's all I
saying
say.
for people who are not people who come to the United States, people who are in the United States. Chattel slavery, white people, indigenous people, it's not the same because they're all most of their culture is the same down there.
So you're
A
saying
white
Black
Haitian
Americans
and a
can't call
black
themselves Black
no,
American?
no.
No,
A
like I
white
said, I
Haitian
don't
and a
think.
black
Nobody said
Haitian,
that.
they still experience the same culture, probably not the same oppression, but they are still in Haitian culture. If you
No,
say we are American, we're this. I'm not experiencing the culture that a white man or an indigenous man is experiencing.
right, right. That's
So,
what we're
so
saying.
really quick,
Saying
y'all.
that we're Black American because we don't. When we got
What?
here over to America,
That's why we say Black American.
that culture from
That's
Africa being erased
The
from
that's what
us.
argument
you've
is
been saying,
completely
sure.
changing because we never
Right,
said you
because
couldn't call yourself
that's
Black
not what
American.
you've been
That's not what you
screaming.
said.
You said, why can't we identify with our nationality? That's what we're having a problem with.
I
You
mean
said,
That
it's
well,
is
why I
good.
can't call
identifying
I,
myself
with my
hold
American?
on,
nationality.
Nationality.
hold on.
My
Let me just
No,
nationality is
no.
American.
You are
hold on.
identifying with your ethnic group.
Oh,
Being Black American is an ethnic group, which is interchangeable with African
Yes, I'm
American.
aware. I'm not
No,
arguing that
no,
point.
but that's not what you're arguing though, because you said, why can't I identify with my nationality? Which your
I didn't
nationality
say
is
that. I did
you.
not say that. I did not say that.
So
Okay.
I'm very
did she
clear
not
on
say
what
that?
nationality
Did she not
versus
say that?
What
ethnicity.
I know exactly what she said. She said,
I
why
didn't
can't
say
she said, why can't we just identify as being American? And I said, okay,
Right.
when you say that you're
Okay.
just American, you're making it seem like you're a part of the indigenous American race. When people think
The
of
white
American
American race.
or white American race, you're not making it
What?
seem
What
like
is
you're
the
a part.
white American
American
race?
race.
White is
Okay,
race.
okay,
American
okay.
is a
Okay, like
nationality.
now we're
Y'all,
arguing semantics.
White is a
they're
race and
No,
American
hold
is a
on. I think
nationality.
no.
So what are
What
y'all
she's
talking
saying?
about?
Hold on.
Y'all
What
confusing the
she's
hell out of me. Shit.
We
what
said
she hold
American
on.
is a
Wait,
nationality
hold
or Native American.
hold on. Y'all, hold on. What she's saying is that if white people in America can identify as American and not be questioned on their European heritage of where they come from, then why do African Americans can't identify as American and they get questioned on their African heritage? That's what she's basically saying.
But they
I don't
don't have
necessarily think we
to.
should be questioned about it, but
Wait, no,
If
and
black,
this is my thing right here too. This is the biggest issue that I have. You say, hey, we shouldn't call ourselves African because there's white Africans and they're also African, but we should call ourselves American as if there's not also white people identifying as American. Now the thing is as well, there's also no
Sir,
final
you are free to call yourself African if you want.
hold on, Sulan, 1 second. It's also like white people don't have a foundational ethnic group in America. There is no white American ethnic group within America. They don't have a unilateral or united culture, right? There's nothing that we could pinpoint and say, hey, that's white American shit. Besides not washing their ass living in the trailer park in Appalachia. And also racism, texturism, featureism, colorism, etc. Well, yeah, that's a different conversation for a different day. I just want to look at this real quick.
Why are you talking so fast, bro?
I
Have
got
you had
anxiety.
coffee?
Listen. If you
God
got fast, I
damn.
speak.
Calm
Just listen
down.
faster. Just listen faster. That's all I need you to do. So we got
No,
brown,
it's just
white,
it's
black,
babble.
indigenous, Asian. Every time I talk, you keep interrupting. Shut the fuck up, because I'm trying not to be disrespectful, but you
No,
being
you
disrespectful
shut
as
the fuck
hell.
up. You shut the. We
You
can
being
both be
disrespectful as
disrespectful,
hell.
Come on, stop.
actually, you shut the
So
fuck up.
brown, on the census, is people
We can both be
who are mixed.
disrespectful.
Right? Look at you now, still talking. Can't shut up. Now this is people who are mixed, right? That's what that is. People who have admixture. Then you obviously have the white. Then there's a black population, right? There's the percentages for that. And this is coming from Agency Notias, whatever the fuck that is. This is the government website for Brazil. And then this is the other one right here, where it says the main thing, Preta. I don't know if you know what that means, but that means black, right? So you said you've been in Brazil and people don't identify as that, but the censuses say otherwise. And people actually identify as Afro-Brazilian. And Afro-Brazilian and African Brazilian would be used interchangeably if they was to identify with that. Now, when I came up, I did say, and Rand can vouch for this, I don't mind changing the name, but I'm not going off no Sulan and I'm going off no FBA. That was just my opinion. You can if you want to.
So Prada, is black, and then you have the Pardo that's right there that
Hold
is
on.
mixed. Yeah.
And then the Branca, that's
So
white.
have you been to
The
Brazil?
Pardo mixed,
also white
the
Americans
indigenous.
still have to identify
Okay,
as
but you're acting like you've
European
been all
on
over Brazil. Brazil is a big ass country.
She
white
did go to
Americans
I
Brazil.
was
still
in
have to.
Brazil for a month. Yeah, I was in Brazil for a month.
And you ain't
Where
got no
in
And
text
they
for
Brazil
the
were
called
time
To the
you?
themselves
off.
bottom of Brazil.
Where
Brazilian.
in Brazil were you?
They said they were Brazilian. Most
Where
people there
in
were
Brazil were you,
Brazilian.
man?
Don't worry about all that. I was in Brazil
Because you
for a
are
month.
lying.
I was in Brazil for a month for work.
I have been in
You
Brazil
said
And
because
several
you're
the people
times, and
there,
they are
excuse me,
black and
excuse me,
proud.
excuse me, the people there
They are black and proud. They don't care.
simply identified as Brazilian. That's
No,
it.
they
No,
don't.
No
Afro
matter what,
Brazilians
no
No, they
speak
matter what
all
don't.
race
talking
You are
they
about
were,
their
lying.
heritage
no matter what
online.
race they
no,
were.
girl,
Afro
You are
Brazilians talk
you're
about
lying.
their
you
heritage
are just lying
online.
because if they was just identified, they wouldn't have no Afro Latina. They wouldn't have none of
Nobody
that.
walked
Like,
around saying they're
They
Afro
literally have
Brazilian.
African
They're
parades. Why
Brazilian.
are you? They have
so
African
Wait a
parades.
minute.
He's lying.
Hold on. Now, I just invited one of my Afro Brazilian friends because she'll even tell you Afro Brazilians that know that they are black with less admixture than Pardo people. They know that they are
Y'all are
black
putting
and they
words in my
celebrate
mouth.
their. I'm
you
not
said no
putting
one was
words.
calling themselves
She
Afro
just said that
Brazilian.
though.
Hold on, can y'all please can I finish?
I'm not getting
They
into
are
what they
celebrating their.
believe.
They're celebrating their blackness, and my issue is that we have to understand. Yet that I'm glad you showed us that dually because it shows you that actual black monoracial black people in Brazil are less than actual Pardo people. Just because
Yes.
just because, and a lot of people like to mistake that. Oh, it has the largest black. No, it has the largest black ancestry,
Thank
not
you.
racially black people.
Because they be like, oh, they're about 50% of the population. No, that's people who are
No,
mixed. They
they
identify as mixed and brown. As far as black people, it's only 20 million. America has the most black people outside of Africa. not Brazil. That's why I be correct people when they say that shit too. And it's not my first time looking at this census. So when people say dumb shit, especially from a country that I've been to, well, you know, a place that I've been to, people that I interact with on a daily basis, I know you're lying. You're lying.
So host, are y'all being willfully dense or what? Because I
Are you
said is
serious? Are you serious?
I didn't get.
Why are you including me in this? I know what I'm talking about.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, I didn't get into Brazilians and what they believe and their identities or anything like that. All I'm saying is they simply say I'm Brazilian. You don't get into that conversation about their ancestry. You don't get
Just
into
like
all of
if
that.
somebody were to
You don't
ask you, you
need
would
to.
say you
I'm not done.
American.
I'm not done. You don't need to get into all of that with Brazilian people. I'm not arguing whether or not they believe they're African descent. I didn't speak on that. I'm sure they do. I didn't speak on that at all. What are we talking about? All I said is if you meet
What
a
is your
Brazilian,
point?
if you meet a Brazilian, they're just gonna say they're Brazilian. I didn't get into whether or not they believe they're African descent. So please stop putting words in my mouth.
Okay, so even if we just claim that we're American, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, why would there be something wrong with an American
But
saying
that's
they're
still
American?
just a nationality,
We're
not an
literally
ethnicity.
Americans.
Nobody say you can't
I
be
love
American.
Afro-Brazilian culture.
But that's still just nationality, and that would not be.
My head is.
I love Afro-Brazilian culture, y'all. So beautiful. And they love their culture too.
They love
Afro-Brazilians
their culture.
They love their African Brazilian culture.
Yet they call themselves Brazilian. Yes,
No, they
do.
call themselves
They
Afro-Brazilian.
call themselves Brazilian.
Okay.
No, they call themselves Afro-Brazilian.
Like it's weird.
You know? Do you guys
my thing
know?
is, why should we call ourselves American? We built it. We laid the foundation of America, so why we can't call ourselves American?
Okay, if you just want to call yourself American, but
Literally,
like,
the only people
you're
in the
not doing
world
nothing.
who built a
Like,
nation that they can't call themselves American. Okay,
No one
you
said
can call yourself American.
Sulan
That's
and Big
weird.
Turk, I
That's
am
not
in
what y'all
agreement with that.
saying.
We laid the foundation. It was off our bodies that this country was built. I totally agree. But I refused to just identify with a term that only came from an Italian explorer. Do you know what Amerigo Vespucci is? That's what America is named after. So you want to, this is our country and shit like that, but you name yourself
Do
an
you know who
Italian
named
man.
all them African
Not named.
nations?
What the fuck up out of here?
Do you know who named all them African nations? But y'all ain't got no problem with that though.
Let me
I don't know.
give
Like,
A
me
lot of
2
African
seconds, guys.
nations
Let me
also
let me
I
named
make
ain't
a
got
point.
no problem with that though.
Hold on. I think she's taking too much time, really. Because she's not adding anything. What is she adding? Randomness? Do you guys
I
realize
mean, is
that?
this your panel?
Hold on. Let me finish.
This ain't your
Do you guys?
panel.
Oh God. Do you guys realize that Afro-Mexican literally just fought so they can be added to the census? Because the reason people are claiming these terms, whether it's Colombian, African, Brazil, is because else they get erased. Nobody will tell you cannot be American, but do you want to be erased? Do you want like your culture not to be represented? Do you know?
I mean, I'm gonna wake up and be American tomorrow, so I wouldn't give
Nobody
a
said.
damn what
oh,
y'all
well, that
say.
ain't
And
me.
American
You are
is still
finding
just a
something we are
nationality.
not saying.
We don't practice African.
Hello, I'm
Now we about to say we don't practice African culture, child.
No one say you cannot just be
Hold on,
American.
y'all. Host talking.
hold on. What he's saying is that is true. Afro-Mexicans were fighting to be recognized because they were basically all their music, their genre, everything that they have been contributing to the Mexican culture has been slowly pushed out because they don't like African or Black people. And my thing is that we will be doing the same because let me give you an example. When you see Black people or you see people from the UK, you see people from Australia using AAVE and using our slang words and using clock that or period or you tripping and all of this other stuff, they're using
Like American
our
culture.
language, our culture. So
Stop
for
saying
us,
"R." You Haitian.
bitch, it is my culture. Like what?
I'm just fucking with you, come on.
It is our culture, and when you allow us to be marginalized or pushed, or I should say, assimilated with American, that's why so many people say African Americans have no culture because you're basically saying that our culture is American culture, so everybody can partake in it. No, stop saying that shit. Our culture is our culture. Keep our culture close to us.
I agree.
But don't Black
Nah,
American
but you
also
just said
use
you
African
American. That's
culture?
American culture.
No,
They
I'm
do.
saying it's
I see
Black
Black
American
American
culture,
using African culture
not
all the
American.
They
time.
Black
do.
American
Black
culture.
Americans do use African culture because it's in
All
our
the
Like
spiritual
what?
time.
practices.
Like what?
Yeah,
Voodoo, literally
it's
voodoo.
Well, I
hoodoo,
don't do voodoo. That's
voodoo.
wicked. I
Well,
don't do no voodoo.
I see
Okay,
Black
you
but
practice.
American using
Are you
Christianity is a
Christian?
white man's religion. So what do you do?
Well, first of all,
music.
Christianity is not a
I
white
see
man
Black
religion.
American
Yes,
using
yes, it
Black
Yes,
is.
it
African music
is.
all the time. Let's
Wow.
not do that, guys. Let's not do that.
Yeah, Christianity, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a white man religion, but it has
Nah.
become a,
Yes, yes,
Wait,
it
wait.
yeah,
is.
At
Stop
the
yeah,
end of
it's
the
become a
day,
lying.
staple.
at the end of the day, we create our own culture here in America. After we got stripped from the YT man, we create our own food, our own genre of music. We
And
create.
hoodoo and voodoo is part of that.
I don't know about the voodoo. I don't practice that. So
Wait, Big
you
Turk,
got
when
Voodoo
we
is still
say,
African American culture, whether you want it to be or not.
yeah, and it's nothing, it's
Just say
absolutely,
no. Hold on.
I
No.
just saw the
Just
movie
say
Sinners. There
voodoo.
were so many things that were borrowed for African culture. Let's not do this. Culture
So
evolved in a group.
no, that's a lie.
yeah, it's called
You're
ethnogenesis. And
just
the
You can
lying,
find
ethnogenesis,
bro.
stuff
Culture
for
hold on,
voodoo
y'all, hold on,
all
evolved
y'all,
in a
over
group,
New
hold
and
on,
things are
Orleans.
y'all.
borrowed. You
Hold on,
Black
it's
Americans
called,
borrow from
no, it's
African
not borrowing
culture
anything. It's
all the
not borrowing.
time.
It
Let's
wasn't
And
not do
borrowing.
Africans
this.
Hold
borrow
on,
from
Divas.
Black
Hold on,
American
Divas, because you're
culture.
not
And they
explaining it right.
do. They
Okay,
do.
Divas,
That's
Divas.
fine.
it's not borrowing. It's called an ethnogenesis. When you take a group of people and separate them from their culture, right, and they still keep some of the things, but a lot of things are stripped from them, they get influence. So we got influence from European culture. We got influence from indigenous culture, right? So, for example, barbecue is a staple within Black culture. That's
I
something that's
never said that.
indigenous to Central America. That's not something that originated with Black people. How we became innovative with it? Absolutely. Did we borrow from their culture? Absolutely not. That's not how ethnogenesis worked, right? Our what is it called? Our ethnic group was founded on the basis of our racial identity because we were scrutinized, because we were treated a certain way. So that's what I will agree with. I will agree once again that we are the foundation for a lot. You cannot name an American music genre that did not originate with African Americans. Totally agree, right?
I agree.
But I would say we can settle with Black American for now until we could come up with a better term. But I'm saying we're not just identifying as American. That's too ambiguous. We're not going. Black
Are
American
you
is what I
saying
am.
all genuine music came from Black Americans?
Yes.
Okay, hold
No,
on. These
You
people
said
are
what
lying.
music, Divas?
You
no.
know, he asked him did all genre of music come
The
did
Every
reality
American
is
genre of music comes from
people can
African American.
identify how they want to. You can
These
say
people,
any all you
No,
want
don't
to.
lie.
these
Name me
Yes,
an
people
American
are.
R&B
genre that
came
didn't
from
come
In
from
Black
African
America,
Americans.
you
Americans.
can identify as
Pop,
a
come
damn
on now.
frog if you want to.
Come on
Okay,
now.
did I ever say that hoodoo and voodoo were the same thing?
No, they're absolutely different.
Okay, so people in the comments are saying that I
You said
said that
hoodoo
and
is
I never.
African.
Voodoo is African.
Hoodoo is
Right.
African.
Hoodoo
It
and voodoo
blends.
is
It blends
African.
African
Hoodoo is a
deities.
closed practice that Africans can't even practice. Why would it be African?
Okay,
Oh my
so
Because
God,
it
Janai,
derivates from an
you're
African spiritual practice. I'm confused. I'm
on.
just about to start dropping ignorant bitches at this point.
You know, I'm
Because
Because
dropping
clearly y'all don't know
myself
shit
because
about
this
these
is
fucking
stupidity at
practices.
this point.
voodoo and
just saying
are
anything.
different. Can you let me finish?
Look at the
They are very
comments.
different, but African Americans
Comments
are
could be wrong
practicing
too. So what are you talking about?
voodoo. It is born out of African spirituality as well as when the Christian Bible came into play as well. It's rooted in both of those. Like let's stop.
And they like to deny it, but there's no denying it.
wait, and the thing is, this is why I say it's fundamental to talk to people who are outside of the United States. I wish she was up right now. She's not active on TikTok. I met a girl named, her name is Alanya. I don't know if y'all seen her on TikTok. She's South Sudanese. She lived in Egypt. She immigrated to the United States. Yeah, she immigrated here in the year 2000. We were talking about different things. I'm like, yeah, because, when I was younger, we used to have to, we did shit like spit on the broom if our foot got swept over, or we don't, split the pole and shit like that. She like,
Right.
oh, really?
So
We
is
did
there an
that
African in
too.
here who can
We did
explain
that
hoodoo
too.
to
And we
us?
literally had that conversation where a
Is there
lot
an
of things,
African here who
can,
can
can you
explain
stop interrupting
hoodoo?
me, please?
Girl, you're just being willfully ignorant at this point. I'm kind of tired of people keep explaining shit to you and you're just nitpicking what people say.
Well, I just want to know
Um,
if there's an African.
Okay, so great. I'm African. I already told you this before. I'm African.
No,
But
you're
anyways,
not.
right.
You're not an
Yes, I
African.
am. How you gonna tell me if I'm not African? Did you
You're
just
not
say I can
African.
identify with that if I want to? You don't have to be African.
Can we get an
no,
African
no,
to
no,
So,
explain
anyways,
no,
hoodoo?
no
so what I
one
was saying
said
was, if you
that.
have conversations with people who were not born here, who do not, reside, within the African American area, they will share a lot of practices because, once again, an ethnogenesis does not totally erase the original culture. You still have other things from that culture. Reason why Gullah Geechee people still have Nigerian words in their vernacular. This is, once again, it's within us. I don't know why. It's not that, like, y'all try to make it seem like it's a bad thing. It's okay. We have a unique history, right? Can we just accept that? Like, why do we gotta be in the
Um,
fight?
Wait, to a point, I kind of agree what you're saying. Yes, but for the majority of the situation, we had created our own total culture from the
I
foods.
agree. I
Okay, and no
agree.
one not
From,
saying that, but we also can't sit right here and try to delineate from the very vast majority of the culture that we did create our own culture from. Like
no,
you
what
try,
you mean
people
by
are
that?
trying to sit right here and say, "Oh, African culture is not like African." No, it's still derivated from African culture.
No, I don't agree with that.
And hoodoo, and you can say hoodoo.
Okay,
Y'all,
so how are you gonna
Girl,
agree?
can we
No,
stop going back and
I mean like
No,
for like
because
music.
I'm about to
Hey,
start
Well, thank you
dropping.
for
I'm about
having
to
me
start
up,
dropping
host. I'm gonna let
people.
y'all.
Because
Thank
now
you
it's
for.
just
I'm
getting
trying to thank
ignorant.
the host for letting me up. Thank you. Thank you for
you're
allowing me to
welcome.
speak, host. I appreciate it. I'm gonna let y'all have y'all echo chamber. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Okay, well, bye. Because like
ignorant.
four people just like explain to you how yeah, it's not the same, but it's still derived from African people.
No, she's just very ignorant and backwards, and she chooses to be willfully disruptive. So
He,
yeah.
Yeah, people don't
but
understand what conjuring is, what root work is, what folk magic is. People don't understand what the ethnic groups of
Yeah,
Yoruba,
because
Fon, and
these
the Bantu,
people are
Congo, and
not
Till.
coming in
And it
contact with these
shows. And even the
people.
people in the comments saying Nigerian was named after a white woman, that's also not the original term. And a lot of Nigerian people identify on the basis of their tribe. You know what I mean? Just because we're the same nationality, meaning we're born in the same country, does not make us the same people. And that's what I say. People are only educated on a couple different places, and they still lack that fundamental education required to have these conversations. We can say we're not necessarily took, we kept some of our African culture and created some other shit too. Nobody gave us a cookbook on how to make fucking chitlins and fried chicken and none of that shit. We was given scraps and we made do what it do and create a culture, right? Nobody told us, hey, culturalize tignons or bonnets, right? We decided
No,
to do that
child, they
because of
just
the
don't want to
oppression.
get deported.
You
That's
get what I
why they want
mean?
to delete
Even
it.
African American vernacular English, that's not something that they taught us how to do. It was because we couldn't learn their English the way that they wanted us to. We had our own shit, our own grammatical structures, our own syntax, our own vocabulary. We did that. I agree. But don't try to separate us from African people as if we just spawned out of nowhere. We come from
You're
African people.
right.
What are we doing here? Like,
and a
it's okay
lot
to
of
acknowledge
people are
that.
just doing it
Like
out of
hip hop music wasn't
xenophobia.
created by a Caribbean man, but okay, child. Let's move on.
I think a lot of
Let's
people
move
in the comments
on.
are just doing it out of xenophobia because, like you said, by definition, hoodoo blends African and Christianity together, right?
It
And it's a
does.
lot of people who would rather accept just hoodoo and say that voodoo is not a part of our culture, even though it comes from Louisiana and it was from
No,
African
no,
people.
no, 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 no. Voodoo does not just come from. It really comes from Haiti.
I
The
know,
reason
But
but
why.
even then,
I'm
I don't
talking
think
about the
Haitians are out here
practice
saying,
of
"Oh,
African
our
Americans
spirituality
in,
don't come from Africa."
yeah, I'm talking about the
They're
practice.
not saying that. But I'm
Right.
just correcting.
It doesn't come from Haitian people either. Also, it comes
Are
from West
saying that
Africa.
it just comes from Louisiana because it comes from Haiti. The reason why it's in Louisiana is because after the revolution, and we had one